Hello and welcome back to Twerk Tuesday. In today's lesson, we are going to be working on our balance because part of learning how to twerk is being able to perform your hip isolations in a variety of positions. And many of those positions do require that we have good balance. So that is what we are going to be working on today. In the second half of the class, we will be incorporating some hip actions applied to the balance positions that we'll work on in the first half. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start by just kind of warming up our ankles because we are going to be using them quite a lot today. So I'm just going to have you just come up onto the ball of one foot and then the ball of the other foot, just getting comfortable rolling through the foot, warming up the feet and the ankles. Okay, and now we are going to just bring our feet about hip width apart, and I'm going to have you rise slowly up onto your toes, and you want to try and maintain the same distance between your ankles the whole time as you're rising. And now we're going to come down slowly, and we're trying to maintain the distance between our ankles as we do that as well. So what we don't want is to splay out or in. We're trying to keep our toes facing forward and act as if we're squeezing something between our ankles to maintain it there. And you can actually put something between your ankles if you want to. And then we're going to lower down slowly. And as you do this, you want to try to spread your toes out on the ground and put your weight over the big toe area, so that the joint in between the big toe and the ball of the foot, that is where we're trying to maintain our weight. And of course, the slower you do this, the more difficult it is. Let's do one more, lifting up. Don't worry about the micro movements that are happening. That's normal. That's because we're human. So don't resist that. Allow it to happen. I'm always saying when it comes to balance, it's kind of like when you're driving a car, you're constantly kind of moving your hands to keep the car going straight. If you just hold it there, the car's not going to go straight. So we have to be constantly making those micro adjustments, and that is totally normal, perfect part of the process, okay? Now, we're going to stand on one foot. And so part of standing on one foot is we have this imaginary center line that goes from our head down to the floor. And when we lift one foot off the ground, we want to keep the center line the same and kind of pretend like we have a phantom leg still on the ground. Okay, and again here, your ankle's gonna move a little bit. That's totally fine. That is normal. We do not want to resist that. If this is easy for you, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And that's gonna become more challenging then, and you are gonna wanna stabilize your ankle. See how long you can hold that with your eyes closed. And go ahead and switch legs. So first, with your eyes open, imagine that center line going from the top of your head all the way down, and when you lift your leg off, that center line doesn't change. It doesn't pitch this way or fall that way. We're keeping it there as if we have the phantom leg still going down into the floor, still trying to spread those toes out on the ground. And now if that's easy, close your eyes. And you realize how much we rely on our sight to balance us. And good, come out of that. Okay, now we are going to be going down into what dancers call a grand plie, but we're gonna do it in parallel position and then coming back up. So you can put your hands on your head or you can put them up here. I'm gonna keep mine on my head and we're gonna just bend the knees, come down, and then press the heels into the ground slowly to come up. So this should be an organic process. What we are trying to do is keep our torso totally plumb with the floor, so we're not bending forward to make this happen, and act as if your tailbone is just lowering gradually down to the ground. And when you can't keep your heels on the ground anymore, you allow them to come up. And then from here, you're gonna just press the heels into the ground and come back up. Okay, let's do that a couple more times, keeping that center line in mind. So you have your center line this way, and you also have it this way. So you're trying to stay right in the middle of your axis. And you're starting to see why we needed that strength lesson last week. If you can't go down to the floor, I should say, you can hang on to something, or you can just go down halfway, still try and allow your heels to come off the floor slightly so that you're challenging your balance, and then come back up, okay? So you can adjust these exercises to fit your needs and your knees probably, okay? Now we are going to go down as far as you can. If you can come to this sitting position, that's ideal. And now we're going to step and rotate. And step, and in this case, I'm pivoting around my right foot, so I'm moving the left foot, pivot, step, pivot. And then we're gonna go in the other direction. Step, pivot, whoop, step, pivot. This side is more difficult for me. Step, pivot. And I'm gonna come up for a second while I explain something. This is where keeping that imaginary center line is super important. When we're forced into positions that are already challenging for our balance, and then we have to move within those positions, we're challenging our dynamic balance, our ability to maintain our balance when we're in a precarious position. So maintain the center line as much as you can in both center lines. So your axis completely straight, and we go around and we're just rotating on that axis. It's probably easier with socks on too. And around the axis. Good, and come up. We're gonna do one more balance exercise, and then we are going to incorporate our hip actions into some of these movements, okay? So we're gonna come down into our squat again, and I'm gonna have you just extend one leg out and bring it back in. And extend and bring it in. And extend and bring it in. So this is where all the mobility and the strength stuff that you were saying, why is she making us do this? Maybe you weren't. But now you start to see how it applies. One more. And come up. Okay, so now let's work in some of our hip isolations. Today we are going to be working on creating circles, so tilting our pelvis in all of the directions that we covered in the first and the second video, but doing that in a fluid manner so that we're creating a circle. So we're doing contract and then tilt, lifting this side of the hip as high as you can, then releasing the belly, and then contracting on the other side, lifting this side. So I go contract, lift, release, lift, contract, lift, release, lift, contract, lift, release, lift. Now, you may need to take a second and figure out which direction of a circle feels most natural to you. Mine is always to the right, but if yours is to the left, you can do it to the left as well. That is totally up to you. We're gonna just pick one direction and go with that direction because we've already got the challenge of the element of balance today, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna do with our circle, which we're trying to make intentionally from the center and not big, because what happens when I do this is I move off my axis. When I'm doing the circle from my center, I can still maintain my center line completely undisturbed as I do these movements, and that is the point of this class. So we're gonna start by just going halfway down, creating 4 circles, 3, 4. So when I say halfway, I mean we're going far enough that our ankles are coming off the floor, but not going all the way down, okay? So pick a direction for your circles, and we're gonna go 1, gradually 2, staying plumb with the floor, 3, and 4. And coming back up, 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now we're going to try that going all the way down. So we'll still do 4 circles. We're going to move a little more quickly going down, and 4 circles coming back up. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. We go 1, keep that center line, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, and 4. Again, 1, keep that center line, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Take a little break, shake it out. What I want you to notice as we do these exercises is, where are you tending to lean? If you're tending to lean forward, you need to kind of engage your back muscles a little bit to help you stand up. If you are falling back, you need to engage your center muscles to help keep you stable this way. If you're leaning this way, you need to, so just as you go, observe where is your weight tending to fall, and see if you can, if you're falling forward, see if you can adjust yourself as you go. That is one of the best ways to enhance and improve your balance, okay? Okay, so now we are going to try one of the more difficult movements, which is doing our hip circle as we do our rotation that we did in the balance portion of the video. The important thing here is to maintain your torso completely upright. When we come down, your torso is gonna wanna lean forward to try and compensate and help give us balance, but it's actually going to make it very difficult to create your hip isolation if you are pitched forward. So when we come down, you wanna kind of make sure that your shoulders are lined up with your heels, which will take a lot of pressure off the legs. Then from there, we're gonna do our circle, 3, 4, and then we're gonna rotate it, 2, 3, 4, and come back up, okay? You want to take a moment and figure out which direction your hips are rotating, because that is the direction that your body is going to rotate when we do this, okay? So let's go ahead and come down. See, my torso wanted to pitch forward, so make sure your shoulders are over your heels, and we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, rotate, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And come up, shake it out, take a breath. We'll do it one more time. Shoulders over the heels, and you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, rotate, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and come up. Okay, now our last exercise, we are going to be using that kind of half lunge position. So we're going to come down and we're going to extend one leg out, and we are going to circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to bring that leg in, go out to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's also, aside from balance, where you can see how important it is that the circle is really coming from here, because when our legs are in this position, we cannot use them to create the movement as we can when we're standing. So that's why when we're doing the standing or the kneeling exercises, we really do want to be trying to access that deep core like we did in the very first class, okay? And if you feel your circle is small or that you're hardly moving, that is totally fine. The important thing is trying to connect the mind to the muscle. And even if you're only moving this much, that's okay. You're creating a circle, you're connecting to the correct muscles. The more you practice it, the bigger your movement will get, okay? So let's come down, keep your axis, go ahead and extend one leg out and circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, bring it in, bring the other leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time, in and out, and 1, 2, 3, 4, in, out. Be careful, be conscious of how you're transitioning. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and come up. So that is our balance class for this week. I hope that you enjoyed it. It is challenging. If you think this is easy for me, you're wrong. I'm sweating. It's hard work. It takes a lot of concentration, but the more that you practice it, the more your body starts to kind of do it automatically. Next week, I am going to be giving you a practice routine, including all the movements that we've worked on in this series. So be sure to come back next Tuesday, and until next time, keep dancing.
Thank you so much for watching. It means more to me than you know. Don't forget to subscribe so we can keep this going together. And when you're ready to go deeper with me, everything is waiting for you in the description below. You can join my Patreon community for exclusive weekly content, explore the dancer method if you're ready to transform the way you move and live, or come dance with me in person on one of my Mexico retreats. There's something for everyone at every level, wherever you are in your journey, and I would love to have you. See you soon.